The rock temple of Kailasa was built in the 8th century. Taj Mahal is a gem among all the jewels of the world and one of the world-famous temples of love and respect for the lost lover. It is interesting to know that Hawa Mahal is the tallest building without a foundation in the world. Kailasa Temple is the most amazing and huge temple that is carved from top to bottom and is very similar to the holy mountain Kailash, which is the abode of these gods. Undoubtedly, one of the most attractive places to visit in the world is the Kailasa Temple, which is related to the Hindu religion and is dedicated to a god named Shiva. Kailasa Temple is located in the Ellora caves in the state of Maharashtra, India, near Aurangabad. Kailasa Temple, as one of the strangest rock temples in the world, was built about 1300 years ago, and it was carved out of a huge rock. Imagine that a temple this beautiful with so many special details is actually a work of carving and all its details, and the entire interior environment are carved from a single piece of rock. Add this to its charm and wonder that its construction took less than 18 years, if such a building, considering the tools of that time and also the way its construction is expected to have been worked on for at least hundreds of years. The Kailasa Temple, which is completely carved out of rock, shows the ingenuity of mankind and was built as a symbol of Mount Kailash. It is interesting to know that according to Hinduism, Lord Shiva lives in a mountain called Kailash, and for this reason this temple is called, they have made the title a symbol of that mountain. It is interesting to know that the Kailasa Temple is the 16th building out of a total of 34 buildings built in this form in the world, and it is considered the strangest rock building in the world. The rock temple of Kailasa was built in the 8th century. Certainly at that time there were no advanced tools to build and carve this temple from a huge rock. That is why this temple is known as one of the wonders of the world in India. And the question that has been asked by everyone and no one knows the answer is how man was able to build such a temple in those years without advanced tools. By researching the Kailasa Temple, they have come to the conclusion that the construction of this temple was done entirely with tools similar to hammers, chisels and pickaxes. And this makes the Kailasa Temple amazing as one of the 8 wonders of the world. What is more interesting is that several tons of stone must have been legally extracted from this rock in order to empty the inside of the temple and make it possible to enter it. This issue has also made this rock temple in India more attractive. Now imagine that without any tools. Modern and without any technology, these works have been done entirely by hand, and that is why the Kailasa Temple is known as one of the strangest temples in the world. The height of the Kailasa Temple is nearly 30 meters, and it is about twice the height of the Parthenon stone building in Greece. Unlike other stone buildings, this temple is built from top to bottom. Historians estimate that the builders moved about 400,000 tons of stone from the mountain to build this temple, and the construction of this huge and amazing temple took 18 years. A collection of literary evidences from the medieval period refer to the Kailasa cave temple. It is said that this temple was built by a queen of the kingdom of Ellora. According to legends, a king was afflicted with an incurable disease due to sins from a previous life. During a hunting trip, the queen who was with him swore to an idol that if the king's condition improved, he would build a temple in honor of Lord Shiva. There is an interesting story about the Kailasa Temple in Ellora. The Mughal king Aurangzeb, who destroyed thousands of Hindu temples, tried to destroy the Kailasa Temple as well. It is said that in 1682, thousands of people were sent to destroy the temple. They stayed for 3 years. They worked, but only a few of the statues were broken and damaged. Finally, Aurangzeb stopped doing this and realized that it is almost impossible to completely destroy the temple because it has a very hard stone that could not be destroyed even with the use of hammer and axe. In fact, India has many amazing architectural masterpieces that attract many historians and tourists from all over the world. It has been carved. Comment your opinion about this place. Taj Mahal. To the world of ancient and amazing secrets and architectures, which is a story of love and a lover who, due to breaking up with his lover, the king's hair turned white very soon. The Taj Mahal is a gem among all the jewels of the world and one of the world-famous temples of love and respect for the lost lover. This historical monument was built at the request of Emperor Shah Jahan in the 7th century AD, which, in addition to its beauty and abundant wealth, is a masterpiece of architecture and art, which is a narrative of formidable and historical legends. Taj Mahal is the tomb of Shah Shah Jahan and his wife Arjamand Bano Begum, nicknamed Mumtaz Mahal. This building was built in 1025 AH in the city of Agra, India. It is located 200 kilometers south of Delhi, the capital of India. And it is considered one of the new 7 wonders of the world. And the 5th Gorkhani king of India was built in memory of his wife who died during a war trip while giving birth. Shah Jahan himself was later buried there. The architecture of Taj Mahal was designed by Isa Khan Shirazi in Gorkhani style, and its registration date is 1983. 32 million Indian rupees and $827 million were spent to build this building. The Taj Mahal has been registered as a jewel of Islamic art in India and one of the admired masterpieces of World Heritage. The mausoleum is the center of the Taj Mahal complex. This part is a large structure made of white marble that stands on a plinth and has a symmetrical building with a porch covered with a dome, and the main structure is a multi-story cube, built with cut corners to create an asymmetrical octagonal building. Each of the 4 long sides of this building is approximately 55 meters long, and each side of the porch has a large front arch or arch in the form of an arch with 2 balconies. There is a similar arch on its sides. The main hall is where Shah Jahan, the fake coffin of Mumtaz Mahal, is placed, and the real graves are located on the floor below it, and beautiful minarets built to call Muslims to prayer. The exterior decorations of the Taj Mahal are among the best Gorkhani architectures. Decorative elements are created according to the changes in the surface area by painting, plastering, engraving, and stone pounding. Throughout this collection, surahs from the Quran can be seen, some decorative elements, and the calligraphy of the grand entrance of the Taj Mahal was created by Abdul Haq. In the Islamic tradition, it is forbidden to place the corpse in a coffin and decorated graves. According to this, the corpses of Mumtaz and Shah Jahan were buried under the ground of the hall, and their faces were placed on the right side towards Mecca. The symbolic grave of Mumtaz Mahal is placed exactly in the center of the inner hall and on a marble plinth, measuring 1.5 meters. The plinth and grave are carefully decorated with precious and semi-precious diamonds. On the lid of the sarcophagus is a statue of a small automatic compartment. 99 names of God are written in calligraphy on the inscriptions on the side. Surfaces of the true tomb of Mumtaz Mahal. The tomb of Shah Jahan has a calligraphy with the theme, in the 26th month of Rajab in 1076 AH, he traveled from this world to the banquet hall of eternity, B. The Taj Mahal is located in a 300-meter-long square Gorkhani garden. This garden has paths that divide each of the 4 parts of the garden into 16 gardens, and a reflection pool is placed to reflect the image of the tomb in its north-south direction. And this marble tank is called Hoz Kausar. Early reports of the garden indicate the abundance of plants, including many roses, daffodils, and fruit trees. Taj Mahal Museum. In the western part of the gardens of this historical work, there is a small building called Taj Mahal Museum, which welcomes visitors and tourists every day and displays a collection of dishes, coins, gold, and paintings for them. The most beautiful part of this museum belongs to the miniature paintings and ivory beams of Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal. If you intend to visit this historical building, you should know that it is located in the city of Agra, India, 200 kilometers from New Delhi. It is 58 meters high and 56 meters wide. So you only need to get to Agra so that you can easily visit it. Find this square-shaped building and see the love story of Mumtaz Mahal, Shah Jahan's favorite wife, up close. Narrations indicate that Shah Jahan's wife passed away suddenly after giving birth to her 14th child. And Shah Jahan's black hair turned white during 1 or 2 months of mourning. This unique structure is a symbol of love and affection in the world and was built in memory of a lost lover. If we say that Taj Mahal is a magical place, we are not wrong. There are many secrets in its heart that are unspeakable. If you love historical buildings, be sure to visit this beautiful and romantic building. Comment your opinion about this place. Hawa Mahal. A palace with 1,000 windows. But is this the only beauty of Hawa Mahal? No, this amazing building, which is also known as the Palace of Winds, is in the heart of Jaipur city, tied with rich history and culture of India. But why is